Our state capital now, Nebraska Governor Jim Pillen signed a pivotal education bill into law today. It was just recently passed by state lawmakers. The Opportunity Scholarships Act authorizes $25 million in tax credits for people who donate scholarships to private schools in the state. That pool of money is expected to grow to $100 million in the next couple of years. Opponents say the bill is an overly generous tax break for mostly wealthy Nebraskans and corporations. Supporters of the bill have said the passage will allow low-income families the opportunity to send their kids to private schools. Pillen's approval makes Nebraska the 49th state to offer some form of school choice funding.